welcome back.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Good to be back. Good to be back in the confines of Air Canada Center.
You do have a lot of work to do and not an awful lot of time. How's it accelerated now?
Well, it's, I say that, but I'm just as concerned about, the length of time, is the shortness of time. We've got a lot of stuff in. We're working on things. The things we had last year offensively will kick in pretty quick. But what we're doing now is I think what makes it look like it's a lot to do is shots not falling. And some of it is shot selection. We'll pare it down as far as who are those three-point shooters and who's not, who's the pretenders. And, I think we'll have a good idea, but it's the style of play we want to play, got to play, and now we just have to understand the shots. We had some high numbers, 43, I think it was 44. We're looking for 25 to 30 a night. And but again, the right people, and those people know who they are. And I don't want to take anybody out of our shots or anything like that, but the right people taking the three-point shots, and we have some really good three-point shooters.
Management has obviously put a lot of faith in Norm now with this new contract. Do you share that optimism about this game?
No question. Well, again, I don't get too excited about the numbers. I'm happy for any young man who has worked as hard as Norm has, and to get their contract. I don't look at the amount, Doug, but he's rewarded because of his hard work. The young man's a second-round pick. He's not done yet. He can't be satisfied with this one. There's a few more contracts, 3 or 4 more contracts in that body. So still stay hungry is my thing. And Norm's a fine young man. He's a keeper for our program.
And that's got to be a pretty strong message to the other young guys. I mean, Norm's always been a good example for them, but now to show that if you put in the work, you will be rewarded for it.
I think Masai's always done that. You work and you show that you're going to get the job done and produce. He's done that. The proof is in the pudding. And so he's a great example. I think DeMar's a great example. I think Kyle's a great example. All of our guys, Serge, all those guys have put in the work. And all this stuff about coming in, being entitled, it doesn't happen in the NBA. You come in and do the work. Norm was up at 6 o'clock in L.A., fighting L.A. traffic this summer, getting his work in. And again, that's individual work. Now it's time to come in and blend in which he's doing, with the team. So he's been rewarded for that, and and I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm always happy for our players because it is an example of what you get if you put the work in.
He was talking a lot about his sort of tweaked workout training regimen this summer, where sort of trying to prepare for the amount of more minutes that he'll play this year, is pushing his body harder and harder, more workouts and all of that. Is that something that you think is beneficial?
It's very beneficial. And all the guys should be doing that. No matter what number you have, they should be in the best shape, and I think our guys have been. As far as conditioning is concerned, the body fat's down. Jonas, point him out of a lot of people, is in great shape. I think he's in the best shape coming into camp that he's been in, and it showed in his play. His decision-making, his passing, his overall play. He's not worried about his number being called in post-ups, and the way the game we're going to play, him spaced and catching it in certain areas and rolling to the basket, catching it and finishing are going to be his play calls. And so, he's accepted his role, but most of all, he's in great condition.
You talked to West about Norm. Decision-making was the next step in his process evolution. How about his shooting range? Is it? You see it expanding?
It has, Doug. I think he's improved his three-point shooting tremendously. And again, the difference is in the workouts and now game speed. I think that's what we're seeing now. I think our guys have to get adjusted to how we're playing and the shots they're getting for them to go in. We can't continue to shoot 29% and put up 30. That's not a good formula. But I think once we get used to the game speed and put the workout shooting that the guys have put in, like Norm, and transfer it to the game speed, I think that's going to have a huge difference, make a huge difference. So, but Norm's decision-making is getting better. It's not 100% yet because he's such an attacker. He gets to the paint at will, but now he gets in there, he's going to have a greeting committee, and now there's decisions to be made. And now, do I finish? Do I kick it out for another 3 or pass it? Or those are decisions, and it's got to be processed at a high level and very quickly for him to be successful. And he's getting there. Not there totally yet, but he's getting there.
It's not uncommon, but it doesn't happen that often where a guy gets drafted where he gets drafted and then, you know, gets the kind of contract that he did. Is there something special? I know you talk a lot about hard work, but is there something else about Norm that maybe some other guys don't have?
I would say maturity. He's an example of a 4-year young man that's mature. He knows what it takes. He doesn't feel entitled. He doesn't feel like anybody owes him anything. And he came in with that attitude, and he still has that attitude, that he's playing at the level now that he doesn't feel like that we owed him that contract. He was earning it, and he's continued to do that, and because he's still hungry. So I think just his character and his maturity level from where he started. If that had been just a one-and-done guy coming in the second round, first of all, he'd probably been upset that he was drafted the second round, so he had, feeling sorry for himself. I've seen that before. But Norm came in hungry to prove the entire NBA wrong, and he's so far so good.
Thanks, Casey.
Let's go. Thanks, Coach. Comment on today, the open house for the local coaches.
Oh, I think it's great. I think this is what it's all about. And ever since I came here, this is what I've tried to give back. We've tried to give back. Our program has tried to give back to the coaches. And I see the players coming out of Canada so much more ready for the next level. And it starts with the grassroots coaches, the elementary coaches, the junior high coaches, the biddy ball coaches, but learning from other coaches, asking questions, stealing drills. It may be something small, and that's something we've tried to do, and that's something I've been very proud of over the country of Canada, speaking to a lot of different coaches across the country over the summer, and just trying to make sure we keep basketball alive and the growth of basketball, and it comes from the teaching at a young age. And I see it more and more and more, and everybody talks about all the players that's coming out of Canada now in the States, and it's because of the coaches, and they putting in the time, like the players, to learn, and because we all can learn, and I'm so happy for our coaches here in Canada that they're putting in the time to steal from other coaches, and there's no shame in stealing information or plays or drills from other coaches, whether it's NBA, high school, or college. We all do it.